Thank you for joining us here on News 12 Brooklyn. We're as local news gets, and I'm Christy Reeder. New surveillance video showing 4 people injured after a 23-year-old man jumps the curb with his car in Bushwick, hitting them. And the video we are about to show you is graphic, so please be warned. This is the moment when police say Malik Ricks hit the 4 people at 1185 Halsey Avenue and then drove away. This all happening a little before 5 o'clock Monday morning. The person living at the home says there was a party and there were a lot of people outside when it happened. The victims were taken to Woodhull Hospital in stable condition. However, one of the victims says she was worried most for her friend who was the most seriously hurt.
Because my friend came out for a night that I asked her to come out for. And now she's in the hospital. I just feel bad because she came out because of me.
The NYPD tells us the driver will be charged with DWI. And 12 on crime news now. An armed robbery in Brownsville leaves one man in the hospital. Police say 4 unidentified suspects approached a 41-year-old man near Hegeman Avenue and Osborne Street Monday at around 1 in the afternoon. They say the suspect struck the victim in the back of the head with a gun, then ended up taking his cell phone and wallet filled with over $200. The victim was taken to Brookdale Hospital in stable condition. No word yet on any arrests. Of course, anybody with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-577-TIPS. Spanish speakers can call 1-888-57-PISTA. Well, turning now to our weather on the 2s with News 12 Brooklyn's Mike Rizzo. Mike, how is the work week shaping up? We all want to know.
Yeah, it's going to be okay for tomorrow. And then after that, things go the other way. Brooklyn's high temperature reached 80 degrees. Normally, we should be near 79, so okay. Trending a bit above seasonal. That broke the pattern from the below seasonal feel that we've had for the past couple of days. Winds coming in from the south-southwest, and that's to thank. Whenever we have that southwesterly wind, we're doing 2 things. We're making it warmer, and we're adding more humidity. So tonight, low temperatures aren't going to be sinking down to much of a cooler feel. An occasional gust up to 25 can't be ruled out. No momentary gusts on your screen right here, but the wind's still coming in from the southwest. Satellite and radar hyperlocal showing clear conditions. Zooming on out, we have high pressure in control. A front coming in from the northwest. Ahead of that front, it's breezy with that southwesterly wind. And this front is also allowing that warm and humid air ahead of it to settle on in across the city. So what we're going to see in Brooklyn for tomorrow is that front late at night, so we do have another nice day on tap. Overnight, we're looking at lows in Coney Island at 70, Flatbush at 69, along with Bergen Beach and East New York. As we head into your Tuesday, highs return to that summer feel in the mid-80s, maybe 88 degrees toward Carroll Gardens, Sheepshead Bay a bit on the cooler side from the breeze from off the waters, and we will see some late-day clouds and storms. Just be mindful we have a high risk for rip currents at our ocean beaches. That's for Coney Island down toward Manhattan Beach, so be careful and swim near a lifeguard if you're going to go to the beaches. We'll have another check of your hyperlocal forecast coming up on the 2s in just 10 minutes.
We'll see you then. It's an annual Labor Day tradition as thousands marched up and down the Eastern Parkway in our borough, all to celebrate the West Indian American Day Carnival. Cultures from all over the Caribbean were celebrated as music filled the streets and party and parade goers danced the day away. And there was also a large selection of food from all over the West Indies. One woman we spoke with says she's never seen anything like it.
Just moved to the city, so I've never seen anything like this before. This is the best parade I've ever been to.
Now this brings us to our question of the day. What's your favorite thing about the West Indian American Day Carnival? You can let us know on our website, news12.com. And you can also join in on the conversation by sending us those carnival pictures on social media. We know you took them. Just visit our Facebook and Twitter pages, and you can use the hashtag News12Carnival. A beautiful celebration of Caribbean culture marred by violence once again. News 12 Brooklyn's Hannah Klieger is over in Crown Heights to tell us what we know today about what happened. Hannah.
That's right, Christy. Several reports of violence along the parade route of the West Indian Carnival Parade. Police telling us 2 of those incidents happened right across the street from each other, several others in the surrounding neighborhoods. Now, I'm going to step out of the way so you can see this is the aftermath of the parade on Eastern Parkway. This is the scene where one of those incidents of violence happened. Police say a call came in for a person shot at 672 Eastern Parkway. They say the victim was a 22-year-old man shot in the torso. He was taken to Kings County Hospital. He is in stable condition. Police say his injuries are not expected to be fatal. Another incident right across the street at 667 Eastern Parkway, where police tell me a 20-year-old was stabbed also in the torso. He was taken to Methodist Hospital, also in stable condition. A third confirmed incident a few blocks down at 277 Eastern Parkway, where police tell us a man suffered from a blunt force trauma to the head. In this case, they say that he walked himself into Kings County Hospital. Police say he is now in stable condition. This coming after the parade and carnival were marred by violence in previous years, and police have taken efforts to step up security to prevent this. Now, there were several other unconfirmed reports of violence throughout the neighborhood throughout the afternoon. But so far, there has not been any confirmation, and so far, police are telling us no arrests have been made. In Crown Heights, Hannah Klieger, News 12, Brooklyn.
All right, Hannah, thank you for that breakdown. And police are also investigating a child struck by a car Monday evening. Emergency response units say a child was hit by a car near East 95th Street and Winthrop Ave Street in East Flatbush. This all happening about 5:30 p.m. on Monday. No word if the driver of the car stayed on scene, but we do know that child is in critical condition at Brookdale Hospital.
He was on the sidewalk, and when he went to run out, there was a car coming. And so when the car come like this, he ran out and it hit him on his side, and he fell on the ground.
All right, you're watching News 12 Brooklyn. We're going to be right back with another check of your weather on the 2s. Plus, Brooklynites gearing up for a DACA rally on Tuesday. We're going to take you there when we come back. Welcome back. President Trump is expected to announce the end of the DACA program on Tuesday. The Obama-era program granted work permits to undocumented immigrants who came to the U.S. as children. Sources say the White House plans to delay the end of the program for 6 months to give Congress time to act. Here in New York, Mayor de Blasio took a moment during a pre-parade press conference on Monday to speak out against the repeal of DACA.
It doesn't matter if they were born in another country, they were brought up here. They consider themselves patriotic and proud Americans that just want to contribute to our society. And every single one of them is waiting for an announcement tomorrow that could dash their hopes and dreams.
And over in downtown Brooklyn, several gearing up for a DACA rally in Manhattan. The group called Movimiento Cosecha gathering supporters Monday afternoon at one Metro Tech Center, preparing people for what they call a massive resistance on Fifth Avenue at Trump Tower on Tuesday.
For a lot of immigrant youth who have DACA, like myself, we became the highest earners in our households, and we provide for our parents and our family members who are still undocumented and live month to month and trying to make ends meet. And so it's changed a lot of our lives, and to take away DACA is impacting not just us, but our entire families and our entire communities.
The repeal of DACA expects to affect more than 800,000 workers and young people in the U.S. We want to hear from you. Head to our Facebook page and leave us a comment by searching for News 12 Brooklyn. You might even see your comment on the air. All right, time to get to our hyperlocal forecast. We have Mike Rizzo joining us. And Mike, looks like you're watching something behind you there.
Yep, this is Irma. This is that next hurricane, a major hurricane that's out about 800 or less, just under 800 miles east of Puerto Rico. So Irma is a Category 4 storm, very powerful hurricane, winds up to 140 miles per hour, making its approach toward the Leeward Islands, which is St. Martin, going into St. Kitts and Nevis, and of course the Northern Caribbean here with the Greater Antilles as we go into the rest of this week. If you notice the dates on this forecast projection, by Wednesday is when it'll make its approach toward Puerto Rico. It looks like it's going to hover just off the North Shore, maybe affecting just the North Shore beaches of these islands, including Cuba, Turks and Caicos, and the Bahamas by late week. But if you notice, by Saturday, Friday, Saturday, that's when it'll be near the Bahamas. So we have quite some time to watch the storm as it makes its approach toward the United States. And right now, it looks like it would be approaching or making a landfall closer to, if it were to make a landfall, closer to South Florida, something for us to keep watching as of right now. The storm, like I said, is still quite a distance away from Puerto Rico. It's about 700 miles due east, and from us, it's about 1,800 miles to the southeast of us. So, of course, with the track going into following the Northern Caribbean and the Greater Antilles, what happens at this point then once it reaches the Bahamas is still up for question. So we need to watch that system as we go throughout this week. And I think by Tuesday night and Wednesday, we'll have a better idea how it would affect the United States. And what are the implications of it having coming up over here? Well, it won't be a Category 4 hurricane. Chances are it'll get caught up with a jet stream similar to what Harvey did and send showers our way. That's later, probably over 10 days from now. But otherwise, let's go back to tonight. Hyper locally, we're looking clear and mild. It's somewhat humid out there. 69 degrees with the south-southwesterly wind, 5 to 10 miles per hour. That breeze will continue through your Tuesday. It's going to be hot and humid. We'll see late day clouds. A cold front is actually going to be developing late in the day. It's going to be approaching from the northwest. So all day long, it's going to feel like summer. Another great day across Brooklyn with that temperature of 85 degrees. You can do anything like go outside, soak up the sun, go to the beaches too. I think we do have a high risk for rip currents because of that wind coming in from off the water, but it will be a wind from off the water, so that means it's a refreshing sea breeze for the afternoon. For any boaters out there, you're going to see a small craft advisory that's going to be in effect for the ocean-facing waters. So let's talk about the rainfall forecast as we go throughout this week. Now, as you can see for Tuesday, we have that chance of rain with the front that comes through, and that front lingers through Wednesday and Thursday. We'll talk more about the hyperlocal forecast on the 2s in 10 minutes.
We'll see you then, Mike. Thanks so much. Joining us in studio.
Hello.
Kurt Sumner. Hey, what's going on? We're talking football already. I cannot believe it.
I mean, look, the kids go back to school, obviously. But the schools have already kind of been open because the players have been out there now for weeks and weeks getting ready for the start of the season, which is later this week. So we're looking forward to that, of course. And we're going to start with one of the teams that we're keeping an eye on this year in our News 12 Varsity Report, Midwood Football, a very popular sleeper pick around the city as a team that can make a deep run this year, a feeling that's shared by players and coaches. The Hornets coming off of a season that saw them reach the PSAL quarterfinals, winning a playoff game for the first time in a decade. Now, with much of that core back, there's plenty of reason to think they can keep the momentum going, although they'll have to do it without their home field. Historic Midwood Stadium is in the second of a 2-year renovation project, so all 4 home games, they're going to be Friday nights at Aviator, which means the games will be under the lights, so that's a bonus. Practices have been scattered around the area as well, meaning it'll be a season with a lot more travel than comfort.
It starts to wear on you, but we're just going to do what we have to do. It doesn't matter to us. We're going to come out every week, and we're still going to play our best.
We have to get used to being road warriors. Everywhere we go, we have to try to make our stand, make a statement. We're never home. We always got our back against the wall. We have to keep pushing.
Meanwhile, Gary Sanchez got Labor Day off, but not in a good way. The Yankee slugger beginning his suspension from the brawl with the Tigers. It was reduced to 3 games from 4 after the appeal. So the Yankees minus Sanchez taking on the Orioles. No shortage of power in this game Monday. Didi Gregorius off the right field railing. That's a home run in Baltimore. Yankees down by 1. Few batters later, Jacoby Ellsbury singles through the infield to the right. Aaron Judge races home to tie the game. Then in the 5th, Starlin Castro. Goodbye. 2-run dinger for him. 3 hits on the day. Yankees win 7-4 as they keep chasing the Red Sox. Meanwhile, the Mets just absolutely ravaged by injuries this season, giving some key updates on Monday. The only good news, Noah Syndergaard going to be in the borough as he makes his second rehab start this Thursday for the Cyclones. The rest of the news, though, not good. Take a look at this list of walking wounded. David Wright, surgery on his rotator cuff. Michael Conforto headed for shoulder surgery himself. TJ Rivera, Tommy John surgery. This list even goes on to the entertainment world. Lady Gaga performed at Citi Field last week. She's now sick. She had to cancel her upcoming tour date from what I've seen on Twitter. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. What can I tell you? Meanwhile, the healthy Mets hosting the Phillies Monday afternoon. Jose Reyes auditioning for a spot on the team, well, next year anyway. This could help. Solo blast his 10th. Mets up 2-0. 2 batters later, as Drupal Cabrera, almost the same spot as Reyes' home run. This one, a 2-run shot, and the lead is up to 4. And the Mets just poured it on from there. They score 6 runs in the 4th inning alone and roll to an 11-7 victory over Philly. Nice
I think
job by the
you're
Mets.
on to something with this theory in Citi Field.
Citi Field, I don't know where they built it. I mean, I know they built it in the parking lot of the old Shea Stadium, but I mean, I don't know what the heck's going on there right now. I gotta bring like a priest or somebody in there to do something at the stadium. This is almost getting weird at this point.
That's a good idea. Yep. Maybe we'll see that happen. You know, diehard sports fans, they might bring a priest in there.
Whatever works at this point, please save them.
All right, great. Thanks so much. Well, you're watching News 12 Brooklyn. Still ahead. Some showers are on the way for your work week. We're going to have those details and more when we come back. Cold, rainy days that we've had this weekend. Many say the weather this Labor Day, it's been a blessing, especially those who hit the beach in Coney Island on Monday to enjoy the last days of sun and sand and water and get on some of the rides and have a day with their friends and family before back to school and back to work. The families we spoke to say the best way to spend their day off with their families is to enjoy a final day at the beach.
This is a blessing in disguise. You know, nothing better than staying home with my children, enjoying Labor Day weekend, and we're going to cherish every minute.
We figured it would be the last day that we would have time to come to the beach and enjoy ourselves.
Now, if you didn't have a chance to hit the beach this Labor Day, don't worry. The Parks Department says they've extended beach season, so you're going to have a few more days still before the city's beaches and pools close on September 10th. That'll happen. Hurricane Irma strengthening to a Category 4 storm now as it moves toward the Caribbean. This is video from NOAA's weather satellite there. Take a look at that. Hurricane watches have been issued for the Leeward Islands in the West Indies. Additional watches may come as early as Monday for Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands, but questions remain on what impact Irma will have on the U.S. mainland. This is something that meteorologist Mike Rizzo has been watching. He joins us now from the Weather Center.
Yes, Christy, I don't think that we're going to have an immediate effect here in the city throughout this week. I think this week our weather is isolated to a front that's going to be approaching for tomorrow night. Let's head into the hyperlocal forecast. Tonight across Brooklyn, we're looking at 69 degrees, clear and mild, somewhat on the humid side thanks to that southerly component to the wind, allowing for a rebirth of that summer feeling, especially for Tuesday. Hot and humid, high temperatures near 84, late day clouds as storms pop up associated with the front that sinks toward the area. If you look at other parts of the city from Staten Island to Manhattan, even Bronx looking at 86 degrees, nearby in Queens at 81. Here's a look at the chance for rain. The percentage chance for rain in the morning is little to none. We have some nice sunshine, but by the afternoon, a couple of clouds pop up and the chances of rain increase, especially after sunset as that front approaches the area. Don't think the rain's going to arrive until say 9, 10 o'clock at night, but when it does, it's going to be heavy. Some thunderstorms could be expected as well, and that front slowly moves across the area, but it lingers. It stalls just to the east of us, allowing it to be mostly cloudy into Wednesday and Thursday. There will be some scattered showers around, but we will also see some breaks of sun. It's just going to be a mixed bag of unsettled conditions going into Thursday. So let's get through tomorrow, Tuesday, and just enjoy it. Overnight tonight, we're looking at lows in Flatbush at 69, along with Bay Ridge, 70 over toward Red Hook over in Greenpoint as well. Williamsburg at 70 degrees. Tuesday, we're looking at high temperatures back into the 80s, summer-like feel in the mid-80s, again hot and humid with that late-day storm coming through after sunset. So here's our grill. We just celebrated Labor Day, but stuff's still cooking in this grill. What is it? Oh, what's that 7-day? Temperatures won't be cooking, of course, with them being in the 70s all week long, but by Friday we'll be clearing out to a mix of sun and clouds, and another beautiful weekend is ahead of us with temperatures in the lower 70s and a mostly sunny sky. We'll have another check of your weather on the 2's forecast coming up in 10 minutes.
Thanks, Mike. Now to the latest down in Texas. Officials are now saying at least 60 people have been killed due to Harvey. Many of those deaths were people drowning in flash floods or waterlogged roads. And as the waters continue to recede, communities between Port Arkansas and Sargent said that they lack basic services like electricity, water, or sewer service. In towns where the water is running, again, residents are being warned not to drink it. And in news around the world now, the UN Security Council has warned that North Korea's leader is begging for war. U.S. Ambassador Nikki Haley making the warning earlier on Monday at an emergency meeting as members called for punishing the country with even stronger sanctions for its powerful nuclear test. Haley said the U.S. would look at countries doing work, or rather business, with North Korea, which include China, and planned to circulate a resolution this week with the goal of getting it approved by September 11th. A Kensington Palace says Prince William and his wife, the Duchess of Cambridge, they're expecting their third child. Congrats. Kensington Palace releasing a statement saying the Queen is delighted by the news. Officials say Kate Middleton is suffering from a form of severe morning sickness and was not able to carry out her engagements on Monday. Hopefully she has a speedy recovery. William and Kate already have 2 children, Prince George and Princess Charlotte. Congrats to them. Hopefully she feels better. I'm Christy Reeder. You're watching News 12 Brooklyn. We're going to be right back with another check of your weather on the 2s, plus more hyper-local headlines. And here's another look at our question of the day. What's your favorite thing about the West Indian American Day Carnival? You can let us know on our website, news12.com.